can see, this is now our machine. It's a so-called, when you look here to the designation here on the top, I hope you can read it, DMU ATP, dual block, it's written. And here in front of the machine, we have here the control panel. I hope you can see that. Here on the top, this is the monitor, and here underneath, this is the keyboard. We have available to do all the function, all the things, all the service, the diagnostic, what we have to do later on, okay? Now here, when we press the button for unlocking the working area door, and also when we click here once to the screen, it's a touch monitor, a touch screen, so then we get indicated here the normally monitor contents, and now it's able, therefore it's unlocked. You see here the symbol, I don't know, can you see that? The symbol here was the yellow frame around. It means this is for the door locking mechanism. Now it's unlocked, therefore it's yellow indicated, okay? Now we can open here the working area door. And now we can have a look here inside to this machine, okay? Can you see that so far, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see.
Yes.
Good. Here now you see this is the NC circular table. The circular table here, it's also on the linear axis assembled. It's called Y. Here on the top, you see this is the milling head. And the milling head in the left and in the right direction, when you stay in front of the machine, this is the X-axis movement, and up and down of the RAM, that means this is the main direction, it's the Z-axis, okay? And also here the orientation of the milling head is vertical, and also you can see it here. Here on the left, a little bit, here you see a 45 degree angle plan. This is the swivel plan. The milling head is swiveling around here, okay? And that means we have here a 5-axis milling machine. 3 linear axis, the swivel milling head, it's called B-axis, here. And here underneath, this is the table, it's the Z-axis, okay? Is this so far so good as an overview?
Good.
Okay. Also, when you look in here to the RAM, to the milling head, you see here in the backside, especially like quadrangular metal sheets. This is a sliding plate, and this metal plate here can move in X and Z axis up and down, left and right in the same time. This is specially developed here by the engineers of Deckelmau Fronten. Okay. On the left side here, you see the bright point there. This is the tool loading door here. We will see it later on. I can show you then how to open it. Also, this is manually possible when we operate, when we do it manually controlled within the help functions. Okay? Can we say so far so good? Hello guys, is this so far so good?
Yes, so far so good.
Yep, all good. Do you have questions so far? Should I repeat something or can we continue?
No questions so far.
Okay. Also, let's say when you look here, therefore this is again a standard DMU ATP. So also here on the front side, we have an additional door. And so that means when we open this door, So you can see now here from the front. It's a little bit difficult to show you. So we have two sides completely open of the working area range of the machine. Okay? It's completely open. And when I walk with you now in following, so then you can see that much better, I hope. One moment. Give me a second. So now we stay now in front of the machine, and you can see now here the open space when we open the door completely. Yeah. Also the other one we can open totally. So now you see the full machine is accessible by a crane or by another lift. You can put in then a heavy workpiece, yeah, very easy to this kind of machine. Yeah. It's two doors on the left and on the right side of the machine when you stay in front. Yeah. So that means this is a big advantage of this construction principle. Okay. Is this so far so good, boys, for the moment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Very nice. So then we will close the first one here on the front side, moving in parallel to the x-axis. So then if it's necessary, so also we can start the machine, we can close and lock it afterwards. So now the machine look like, I'm now a few meters far, so you can check the full height. It's about 2.5, 2 meters 70. The height of the machine, of the cabin. Okay, and now we walk along the left side. You see here then, we walk through the left side here of the machine. And so now here on the beginning, in the left corner in front of the machine, you see here a door. And behind the door by a glass window, you see the magazine discs. Can you see that? 2 magazine discs.
Yes.
Okay, and now I go a little bit closer, but yeah, we have here a lot of reflections. Maybe now it's better. You can see behind on the rear side, in the deep, you see there a tool changer. It's a black unit on the left, like a silver shiny cylindric part. And on the right end, we have here like an aluminium, like a shiny polished metal box. Yeah, that's the drive. And this is our full automatic tool changer system. Okay, can you see that so far? With a specially gripper, we call it sword tool gripper. Okay, can you see it a little bit? I hope. Maybe later on it's a little bit better. Yeah, when we open the door. Okay. Also now here on the left, you can check. This is the tool fixture is HSK tool fixtures unit. Yeah. Okay. HSK 63 is the dimension. Okay. Can you see that so far, boys?
Yes.
Good. Now, when we look short in here, it's not really good. Now we will do it. The details we will do a little bit later. Also here now, in following, we are still on the left side of the machine. Now you see here by the dark background, it's like a mirror effect. You see me too, yeah, as a shadow, yeah, within the magazine, but I promise you I stay outside. I'm not in the dangerous area. And also here we see now a big window, and this window is the loading or unloading station for the tools to put it into the first disc, okay? And when you look now in that view, so you see only here, or you see here only, sorry, you see here only one disc. The second disc is separated, protected, so that means now here it's safe to load and unload tools, okay? When we open the window, now you see I open the window, and here short behind the first disc you see the metal cover here. This is the separation between the second disc, or when you have more, so that's necessary therefore to protect the operator if the tool exchange happen on the first disc, or the tools will be loaded new in the first disc. So the operator must be protected, and also you can work continuing with the machine. Why the tools for the machining, for the normally machine run, are located normally in the second disc or in the disc next to the machine located. Okay, so we save the time for tool change sequences. Okay, can we say so far so good for you boys for the moment?
Yes.
So also here, underneath that window, I'm sorry, it's not really able to see. It's really dark here. The buttons are illuminated. Let's say we have here a small control panel only for opening. This is happening here on the left. The button here. Can you see the symbol here on the left? This is for unlocking the tool loading door. Here in the second position, we have illumination on to see, to know the door now is really unlocked. It's safe. It's prepared for opening. And here the other two buttons is the light and button. It's for the confirmation. I load a tool or I unload a tool, okay? And the button here on the right hand, here I can, depending, turn either button to the left or to the right, so I can force disc movement of the first disc, clockwise or counterclockwise, okay? Can you see that so far?
Yep.
Okay, that's, let's say, the simple control panel here for the loading, unloading station of the tool magazine. Now I will close the door, and you see short after, now here the light is off, and also here you see now on the left end the second indication here of the lamp. It's shown us the same symbol as we saw before by the working area door, locking, unlocking mechanism, okay? Can you see that? So far, so good? Hello guys, so far, so good?
Yes. Yes. Yep. It's good.
Thank you for the response. Now, also next to the loading station, we have here also a specially control unit assembled. This is for the tool management, for the tool data management. And here we have to enter the length, the radius, the diameter, the type of tool, whatever else, and also to which magazine list or whatever else. It's necessary here to fix all the tool data. This is possible to do it directly here by the loading window. On the right side here of the loading window of the tool magazine. Can you see that? Boys, is this so far so good?
Yes. Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, very nice. So let's say this happened, all this happened on the left side of the machine. Now we walk to the rear side, and here I open for you now the control cabinet. First, let's say, so it looks like the machine, if the door is closed, you see here the white unit on the control cabinet door. That's the cooling system to cool down, to keep constant the temperature inside the control cabinet. That's very important for the processing units, for the drives and so on. Okay, to keep in a specially range the temperature here. When we look a little bit more down, so then you see here the floor on the left, and also then here the specially coolant tank and the chip conveyor with the white arm here, and on the top the specially hole you can put underneath, especially a carrier for collecting the chips and so on. And also here we have two steps to get up to the control cabinet here with a specially cover, slip protected. Okay, and also here on the left, underneath of the cooling unit, you see here the main board with the main switch, the specially machine data, here written on the board. Can you see that so far? So good, boys?
Yeah. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, very nice, thank you. So now when we open the control cabinet, it looks like that. I'm sorry, it will be a little bit more noisy now. I hope it's good for the moment for you. I give you first the completely view of the control cabinet. Here on the left, the white unit, you see again, that's the refrigerator, the cooling system. In the left upper corner, the dark gray boxes with the light and blue cap on the top. This is the drive system, Synamics S120, called the orange colored cable. These are the energy cables, the motor cables to guide the current, the power to the motor. In the middle range here of the control cabinet, you see contactors, fuses, especially safety boxes. You see here, for example, the yellow-green box here, you know, maybe you know that's Peanuts Multi. It's for monitoring all the working area doors, the maintenance and service doors, to know really well, is everything okay, with the position and so on. Here underneath the black boxes there, these are fuses, so-called solenoid fuses. They save a lot of space. Here on the top, a little bit above, here in the middle, you see normally short circuit breakers, control supply here on the right, and here one step higher, this is the distribution and connection possibilities with the network systems we have. We have the standard company network, we have the system network for the control units, we have Profinet here included, and here on the left side, the black unit with the LCD display, this is the AC bus unit, okay? So far so good, boys, on that step?
Yes.
Do you have questions?
No.
Okay, let's say this is only a short overview, like an introduction, only to know how it looks like, the several units. Later on we will talk about a little bit more in detail and so on. So then you can remember to that pictures, or I can show you once more. It's not a problem. The unit you see now, this is the so-called Profi and or Profinet bus system. This is for connecting all the inputs, outputs here in the control cabinet to our control unit. Okay? Can you see here underneath the color of the single core wires? Tell me the color, please, if you can detect it. Blue. That's blue, correct? Thank you. And that means the blue color is telling you this is 24 volt DC control voltage. Okay? So always when you see here, everywhere, the blue wires was in the control cabinet, so then you know this is 24 volt DC, no danger zone, okay? But if you see on one of the units the black wires, can you see now here the black wires, boys?
Yes. Yes.
So black wire means dangerous. This is 230 and or 400 volt AC, much more powerful and much more harmful for your body if you touch it. It's dangerous. Okay? So far so good?
So good.
Okay. Now when you look here to the camera here in the right upper area of the control cabinet, you see there the bigger unit on the left is the NCU. That's the main control unit. That's like, let's say like this is the master brain. And on the right side here you see this is the so-called extension card. And the extension card we need to control all the drive units here for every motor. Okay? The reason why is necessary an extension card for this control purpose, when you look here to the top face of the NCU, so you see here we have the full amount of sockets occupied with cables. And when you count the number, you see here 5 and 1 is 3, that's the number 6. But we have much more access to control. And therefore it's necessary to have here the second one here on the right, the small one, the extension card available to expand the number of drive click bus sockets, okay? And the drive click bus wise, this is the connection here on the top face of the Synamics drive unit, okay? And all of them must be controlled by the NCU and or here by the extension card with the designation NX. Okay? So far so good?
Yeah.
So far so good.
Okay, very nice. So now here in the center, when you look once more with me from the outside to the control cabinet, so you see there in the middle, in the center of the control cabinet which we have a column on, and on the rear side of this column we have also an additional control unit assembled. And when you read here the designation, so you see Simatic PC, and this is the so-called IPC 427E. E means this is the third hardware version we used from the beginning of the Silos, of the beginning of Silos, okay? And here on this unit is running the operating system Windows 10, okay? So far so good, boys?
Yes, sir.
Here on the top, you see the connections. We have the wireless cable here. That means this is 2 times the network, once the system network and once the company network, okay? Why? Within that unit here, within the Simatic PC, we have a big hard drive running. It's an SSD with 255 gigabytes memory space. Okay, it's a huge one, and also therefore this is big enough to save to keep all the data from the customer. Okay, here on the front edge you can see the control supply connection, and a little bit here behind on the left you see there it's especially USB inserted. That's the so-called dongle or Weibo key. Yeah, this is necessary to release all the functions of the Silos software. Okay, so far so good. Hello guys, do you have questions? Can I explain something additional, or is this so far so good for you for the moment?
Good for
It's
now.
all good.
Okay, thank you for the response. Now also when you look here to that unit, so you can remember later on why we need it. Here we have two main software packages running. The first is the HMI Operate software. This kind of software is responsible to indicate, to show us on the control memory, the cinematic screen. It means everything belonging to the NC software like that. And the second main package is running here on the IPC. It's called Silos. And actually we have here the Silos version 6 installed, okay? And also then later on I will show you then the app selector as well the several function of apps, yeah, whatever you like to see there, okay? And also therefore this IPC unit here is responsible for to run these software packages, okay? Is this so far so good? Hello guys, can you hear me? Is this so far so good?
So far, so good.
Yes, all
Okay, thank you. Here on the bottom of the control cabinet you see a lot of cable, a lot of terminals, yeah? These are so-called plug terminals. It means it's very fast connected and unconnected in case of assembling of a machine. In the left half with the small door, the door is closed in the moment. You see there also here the power cable, especially power protective switch here, the dark gray box in the background with the big cables on, the black one, yeah. And also here underneath, you can see now here the main terminal, yeah, to connect the machine by the especially big terminals to the power supply, okay? Can you see that so far, boys?
Yep.
I think, or what do you think about? Is this good enough as an overview of the units of the components within the control cabinet? What do you think about? Tell me short, please.
I think it's good. I think you nailed everything.
Yeah, or do you have questions?
Not at the
Should I-
moment.
Not at the moment, okay? What do you think the other guys?
I'm fine with this.
Sorry, please once more.
I am fine with this. I am good with this.
Okay, good, thank you. And the other participants, do you agree? Or what do you think about? Okay, good. So then, let's finish the walk around the machine. I have to close here the door. Otherwise, the temperature inside will be too high. Good. Now I stay here. On the right side of the machine, you see, or you hear it, I have to close now the working area door, mainly. Why? So now here, you can see Also a special window. This is now the medium cabinet like that. Here on the left, you see the pneumatic, the maintenance units to drain off the water from the air, to control the pressure, the filters to keep clean the compressed air. Yeah. Underneath you see here the specially lubrication tank, yeah, for the system, as well for specially bearings. Yeah. Also here the pressure indication, control mechanism of the pneumatic system and so on. Okay. And here in the right half, this is the separation for the hydraulic. Also you see here the pressure indication. We have about 130 bar. That's the maximum pressure, and 110 bar is the minimum. And this is the play, the hysteresis within the pressure will be controlled continuing. Okay. Here on the rear side you see a few big valves. Yeah. Also here underneath you see pressure switches, temperature switches, and so on, the sensor. Yeah. And here on the top, we can't have a directly look behind this cover here. We have also specially AC bus modules assembled, okay, to send this information to the control unit. You know, AC bus, it's also for handling, for controlling the input-output signals, okay? Can we say so far so good? And also, let's say here, when you look again to the compressed air, to the medium cabinet here, also here on the left side, I zoom in a little bit. You have here an overview with the signs and like a time schedule or an hour schedule like that, in which time, on which position you have to do a maintenance, okay? So also here directly on the machine, this drawing show you the correct place, and the time value, also the kind of lubricant you have to use to fill it up, and so on, okay? And the detailed description of these sequences always you will find in the machine operating manual, okay? So far so good, boys, on that step?
Yes, sir.
So here now you see once more the RAM, I mean the swivel milling head. Also now from this view, you can see by closed doors better the 45 degree swivel plan of the milling head. So that means when we swivel down around 180 degree, so we can also mill horizontal, okay? So therefore we have here two main operating modes, like G17 and G18. G18 means vertical plan and G17 means horizontal plan, okay? So that's what the customer like the machine very much. Within one machine, he can work only by turning the spindle in two different plans, okay? And therefore also we have here a circular milling table on. So that means we have a 5-axis simultaneously milling possible. So the customer can cut here 5 sides in parallel in one position of the workpiece, okay? Can we say so far so good?
Yeah.
Here you see now in the middle the polished, the blank metal part. It's a cover. It looks like the roof of a house, yeah, and it was a high slope. So that means with the coolant, with the chip rinsing and so on, we can clean up the metal cover very well. So no chip can stick there, or not much, yeah. And underneath here in a specially groove, we have like a spiral, like a specially system to move out the chips from the working area. And this is bringing the chips here, you see, with the white arm here, to the chip conveyor, okay? Here underneath, you can see that a little bit, okay? And that's the way. In the left and on the right side, we have this spiral installed. So that means these units are responsible to take out, to move out the chips. Okay? So far so good, boys, on that step?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, very well. So now I am back here on my desk next to the machine. And here now, I can connect now my laptop again to the machine network. And short after, I can show you then by sharing with a specially tool, I can show you then directly the screen content of the control unit in a perfect mode without reflections and without a mirror effect and whatever else like that, and shaking camera, if you have to keep quiet a laptop and a camera in parallel, so it's sometimes difficult. Okay, now I have to reconnect all the components. I hope it will work. So boys, now in the meanwhile, I do that. Please be so kind and tell me, do you have the virtual machine MySet Siemens 5.4 available, correct, installed on your computer? Do you know that?
I do.
You have it? And also you got the last update? The last update happened, let's say approximate in October, maybe November last year. Did you receive that?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I will show you later on the exactly version, but let's say